Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, and I hope this video find you all in good health, good spirits, and doing well. Okay, let me tell you what I'm gonna be doing for you this morning. I'm going to be doing a cheeseburger pie. I don't know how many of y'all ever had a cheeseburger pie, but you know it's good. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this morning. Now let me tell you how I'm gonna do this. I'm getting ready to tell you the ingredients you're gonna need, and I'm telling you in the order that you're gonna mix that. I'll be mixing it up to make it easy and simple for you. First off, before I forget, we're gonna need a 9-inch deep dish pie crust, and I put this in the oven and baked it for maybe about 3 minutes. That's something I do so I can make that ensure that the crust will get brown. You don't really have to do it, but I do it. I had it in the oven for only 3 minutes, and I'll be baking this on 425 degrees for 25 minutes. I'll say that again along as I tell you what we're doing. But okay, let me tell you what we got, and I'm gonna tell you what I got the ingredients out here to show you in case you have to go back and review the video to see what I have, because you know I do not put the ingredients over in the description area. Okay, I got a pound of ground beef already brown and drained. 1 pound of ground beef brown and drained, and I also put a half a teaspoon of salt in this already. It already have a half a teaspoon of salt. But okay, this right here is a half a teaspoon of oregano. I put the leaves, but it's supposed to be ground oregano, whatever you have, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper, ground black pepper. And this right here is 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sea salt. And this is a half a cup of breadcrumbs, plain breadcrumbs. Just plain breadcrumbs, what you're supposed to have. And this is an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and this is a half a cup of chopped green peppers, bell peppers, and a half a cup of onion, just a half a cup of onion and a half a cup of green peppers, and I sauteed it, and I sauteed both of them for about 3 minutes. Okay, now all this right here I will be mixing together. I'm going to step off and get my mixing bowl, and I'm going to be mixing all of this together. Okay, over here I have 2 cups. Is I'm getting it in the camera right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm getting it. I got 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. You can use sharp, mild, whichever one you want, but I always use a sharp cheddar because it has a better flavor. And then I got a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And if I didn't pronounce that right, you guys know what I'm talking about. That's the reason I showed it to you. Worcestershire. Okay? And this right here is a half a teaspoon of dried mustard. Half a teaspoon of dried mustard. And when you get this container of mustard, because I use it in several dishes that I use it in, but it seems like it will last you forever, and it'll be just, still be good, because this is pretty strong. And then I got 1 slightly beaten egg, and then I got 1/4 cup of milk. You can use, if you got 2%, you can use that, but this 1 cup of whole milk, and you can use 2%. I think I covered everything I got over here. Okay, but let me tell you this. Now I'm gonna mix this, all these ingredients right here with the cheese is gonna be mixed together, and that's what I'm gonna put on the top of it once I get the ground beef mixture and stuff mixed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna step off a minute and get my mixing bowl to mix the ground beef and stuff in, and then I'm gonna come back and show you guys how I mix it up. Sit this out the way. Sit all this stuff out the way so it can give me some room. It's a little small spot we're working with over here, so I don't want to get it all cluttered up. Okay, this is my mixing bowl. Just gonna go ahead on and put my ground beef in. Now, you know I do all this in when I do the ground beef and all this stuff. If you're fixing it for yourself, you just do it after you brown and drain your ground beef. You can do this all at the stove, but I was just doing it this way for demonstration purposes. Then okay, this is that half a teaspoon of oregano and black pepper. And that 1 teaspoon of salt. Did I tell you guys when I brown my ground beef, because I do not like browning ground beef without some kind of seasoning. I already had like a half a teaspoon of seasoning in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead on and sprinkle that half a cup of breadcrumbs. So half a cup of breadcrumbs. And you know how I like to kind of mix as I go. I just like to dump everything in there and just whatever. Just always make for easy mixing. Now a lot of recipes tell you just dump it all together, whatever. But you know, I always try to stress to you guys, a lot of things are just common sense. And it makes it so easy to mix. It's just effortless. Okay, that's the half a cup of bell peppers, and this half a cup of the sauteed onion. And if you don't want to saute it, you don't. I just always want to ensure that it you know, get done. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and put that 8 ounces of tomato sauce in. 8 ounces of tomato sauce. Okay. And I'm just going to mix it all up. Mix it all up, you guys. Let me tell you guys what I'm thinking. It's Alabama. That's where I live. Born and raised. And I mean, I'm proud to be an Alabamian. I done traveled with my husband all over different states and stuff and different places that I've heard people talk about and make it so grand. And I asked the Lord, don't ever let me have to go back to it again. And one of the main, my husband, he really got tickled at me when I went to, he was like I say, I don't try to talk to you guys too much when I'm doing the recipe, because I decide I'm going to try to do that little chit-chat every now and then. But my husband was a government contractor on the, he worked with a company that did the computer repairs before they went to it with the computers where you can, he was a hardware specialist. And anyway, he just was dying for me to go. I had went to Miami with him one time, because he would have to go to Miami once a year for schooling. I had went to Miami with him once, and I told him that was another place I didn't want to go back to. I had enough of that Miami. I seen it look all good at South Beach and whatever. But let me tell you guys, it's a different side of Miami you don't want to see. And I'm like, that's enough of this. And so let me get this mixed well, and then I'm gonna put it over here in my go ahead on and put it in the dish. He talked me into going to Key West, Florida with him. And I had seen a lot of stuff and whatever on TV about Key West and this and that. But I asked the Lord, Don't let me have to go right down there again. I don't even want to be down there again dead. That's just how much I wasn't studying Key West. All that water is not for me. And the way we had to go over there, you know, just like a little strip of, I mean that, what would they get? What was this highway I call it? It was
Highway 1. Go down to Key West.
Let me get my stuff over here. I have to stop talking. But I just wanted to say that I didn't care for Key West, not one bit. There was too much water for me. And it's the way it look on the map, that's just about the way it's made. You see that little, what you call that, a peninsula hanging off over in the ocean? Because we went sightseeing one day and everybody just be walking the streets and drinking and having a good time or whatever that they be having. And I'm getting this all in my crust falling off. Spread it out in there good. I might have had a little bit more than a pound of ground beef because I couldn't find them but a larger pack, and I called myself halving it. I had a 3-pound pack, so I halving the ground beef. So I don't know if whatever. Okay, I'm going to set that out of the way for a minute. And I'm going in with my, rest my hand. So with my 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I'm going to put that half a teaspoon of dried mustard. And this half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. And this 1 beaten egg. Cause see, I'm gonna spread this over the top of it, you guys. Leave me a comment and let me down in the comment section and let me know if I haven't already said that. I do tend to repeat myself. And this is that 1/4 cup of milk. I'm gonna mix this all well and spread it on the top of that ground beef mixture. I found a lot of my old recipes, you guys, and I'm gonna share with y'all. You know, some of them you probably have had, because you know each recipe, to me, a lot of different things, is kind of a gazillion of ways to prepare. You know, sometimes I think I done tried stuff that many ways, but then I find one way that works better, because you know I'm a simple old landmark style cook. But don't think for a minute that I haven't tried all of this here, all these different ways, you know, before I knew any better. And like I told you guys, some of that stuff that you be preparing, I choose recipes with the minimum amount of seasoning in it. Now herbs and stuff like that, I can go with it. But some of the modern recipes that calls for several different seasoning, which all of them, when you read on them, is basically the same and stuff like that. It's just too much of a sodium content. And if you know any seasoning and stuff that has that's low sodium, leave me a comment telling me telling me what you know and where I can get it at, because that's most of what kind of seasoning and stuff I get. It used to didn't have a lot of them. You know, you couldn't, didn't have a lot of seasoning and stuff that had low sodium and stuff. Because I'll tell you something, you guys, I've had family members, and I've talked to doctors. I put that ground beef over in there, it's all going to be mixed up in there together. But you know I don't like to waste nothing, you guys. all you're gonna do, I'm gonna start off with this here little thing, so can I spatula would it do better. You're just gonna spread this on the top. Of your ground beef mixture.
Slide on over this way a little bit so you can see it.
Okay. You more or less spread, you know, with the consistency of it. If I was doing it and went on camera, I just pile of it, pour it up on there, and then take my spatula and take the time to get it spread out. But make sure you get it spread on there evenly so you can have this same mixture all on the top of it. Your cheeseburger. Okay, you guys, that's really all to it. And like I said, I got to make sure that I get it on here good and even. So I'm going to go off and then I'm going to put it in my 425-degree oven for 25 minutes. And when it's all baked up, I'll come back and show you guys the finished product. I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, you guys, this is the finished product of the cheeseburger pie, and I hope y'all can see it good. I was telling my husband to get up on it real good so you can see it. That cheese gonna brown like that on it, because now you can cut your stove down to 400 if you want, if you don't want your cheese is brown. But when I fix mine, the cheese always brown up like that. I don't know if that's part of it or what. But anyway, it's still very hot. I don't think I ever cut it this hot. But I'm going to try to serve it up. I'm going to try to serve you guys a piece of, we're going to have it with some waffle fries and some lemonade. And I always have my pickles on the side. Okay, I'm going to move it out the way and see can I serve you up a slice that won't show out too bad on me. You know, y'all don't have to cut y'all's that hot, so I don't know how it's going to slice out cutting it this hot. I'm going to have to step over in the camera because it's really thick. Try to get a big slice out so maybe it won't do nothing it ain't supposed to be doing. But usually just come out just fine when it's cold. So I can just scoop it on over to the plate. Oh, this must be my lucky day. It's doing like it do when it's cold. It don't be cold, but it be, you know, cooler than what not just coming out the oven. You see it, you guys?
Hold on, you're holding it too high. There we go.
Too high. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, this is the finished product of the cheeseburger pie. And if you try it, let me know. You can use this as a dinner entree with fix you some snap beans or some steamed broccoli, asparagus or whatever. Because I have used it like a meal, and then I have used it as a lunch or whatever. But it's a good dish. And I'll see you guys in my next video. God bless and stay safe, you guys. Bye.